I buy land cheap, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily cheap land, period. Carl had a great comment that he works 3 states and there's no such thing as cheap land anymore. And I'm happy to respond to that. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, my email's up above there. But first I pick a great market, and then I find a list of sellers who really need to sell. And I'll share a few of those situations. And then I really have so much information, I can really determine which leads to go ahead and target. But I work a market in Florida where my average purchase price is $10,000, and I typically sell it for about double. Just got one under contract last week for $12,000, and we have an offer for $34,500. Anyway, I'm going to share some of the information with you guys. First, I work on my 14 niche list, and these niches are people that are more likely going to need to sell, period. After that, I'll go ahead and run it through a few additional filters. So I'll know the seller's age, gender, marital status. I'll know their annual income, their household income, and also know all their mortgage information. Beyond that, I typically have their credit score and how many credit cards they have. But before I make an offer, I do one more thing. I do a background on them. And I'll look up, and it doesn't take that long, but I know if they have bankruptcies, liens, judgments. I know their criminal history, business licenses, and business affiliations, period. Well, all that taken into consideration, it helps me to buy land cheap. It doesn't necessarily mean it's cheap land. I'll give you 2 examples. Recently bought a property for $700 and sold it for $20,000. The property had code enforcement liens equaling $20,000. Met the seller at their bank, gave them $700 cash because they were basically underwater, and I got $10,000 of the code enforcement liens waived, and we immediately sold it to a nonprofit builder for $20,000. The second one, I found a gentleman that had a property, and the property had issues, and it was assessed at $4,500. He owned it for 23 years, and he paid $4,300 for it previously. So he got tired of paying ongoing taxes. I offered him $2,000 cash, which he accepted, met him at the UPS store, and again, gave him the money. He signed the property over to me. I listed it with the realtor that night, and it sold in 6 hours for $10,000. So maybe the land's not necessarily cheap, but the prices I get it for are really cheap. So if you're interested in finding out more, just look up in my bio. I share these techniques in a lot more detail, and my email address is up there as well. So greatly appreciate you guys. Keep the comments coming, and look forward to answering some more for you. Anyway, have a great day.